Good afternoon, everybody.
Yay!
I remembered. And Happy New Year. Robin
Happy
said
New
good
Year.
afternoon.
She said afternoon. The start of 2021.
Yeah, that's what we're going to do it right this year. This
Exactly.
is an opportunity to get it right every week. I hope everybody's doing well, and welcome to the new year. I pray that things are better. I'm Robin, Dr. Kiva. How you doing?
Good afternoon. I was about to say good morning.
And all right now, don't let me rub off on you.
I know, right?
How was your new year?
It was calm and collected.
It was.
Yeah. Just at home, burning my sage.
That sounds good. I was going to ask you what your ritual was.
Yeah. I this year, after talking to you, I went and got my candles for Kwanzaa.
Nice.
So.
Very good. So you actually, I reported it, but you practiced it.
I burned the
year, I'll be
candle.
ready
I
to
read what it
practice.
was supposed to mean.
That's beautiful.
You know,
and I'm telling you, I grew up, we had to recite them. We had to, and I was like 9 or 10.
Right.
So I figured the least I could do, our teacher who taught us all that passed away in 2020, which was another horrible thing. So in honor of him, that's why I wanted to at least acknowledge all the principles.
Right.
And it looks like there's an 8th principle. Did you notice that?
I
saw a glimpse of something saying the 8th night, but I only know about the 7. So that's what
I'm new to the practice.
But I'm really proud of you.
Well,
That's
you.
Fantastic.
Thank
That's a great way to start your year off.
Well, because I guess after what everything that was going on for the world in 2020, I'm sure that people are going to enter into 2021 trying to change their perspective.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so.
So a New Year's resolution is going to be totally different, I think. I don't know.
Well,
do you think that the events of 2020 will affect the New Year's resolutions of 2021?
I think so. I think in some ways it will. Like those of us who kind of sat on our butts all of 2020, definitely on my list is exercise more.
Right.
And because it was so stressful for many people, meditate more. Those are two of my
So what are the big New Year's resolution is? Lose weight.
Always lose weight.
Exercise.
Yeah, be healthier.
Eat
and
better.
A lot of people say read more.
Read more.
You know.
Like you said, meditate. Work on spirituality.
Absolutely.
What would be it? Finance?
Yes. Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a real big one because we know that a lot of folks go into debt. Even this year, I just rode by them all like 2 days before Christmas.
Yeah, I did.
You can't even get down the street. People are in a hurry to go in debt over the wrong thing.
Exactly.
You
and
know?
I think even having a creative outlet is also a New Year's resolution, because if you've just been working hard and you're like, okay, what can I do that's a total opposite so I can get this creative outlet? I think that's a few New Year's resolutions. Like how can I
agree
connect?
with you 100%. It's healthy. And I'm still trying to figure out what hobby do I want. I need a hobby. And my semi-hobby is my gardening, but once I got that, in a decent shape, it's just maintenance now. So, like, I tried to paint, but I'm the worst painter ever.
Don't say that.
But I know that is a horrible thing to say, but I've gotten all of the equipment I need and all the tools.
Right.
So maybe I'll pick that up again.
Yeah, and so this month, we're going to focus on different New Year's resolutions that people might consider.
Right. We're going to hopefully help push people in the direction.
Exactly.
Yeah, maybe encourage them. They're thinking about it. But if we bring on the experts that help them and show them how to get started and make it, painless.
So today we have our expert on that creative outlet when you want to get creative as your New Year's resolution. Speaking of hobbies.
And for someone who wants to learn how to paint, oh my goodness, I couldn't ask for a better guest.
Yeah, because, painting can totally be a form of meditation.
Absolutely.
You can get into it, play some jazz and and just come up with your creative.
I never thought about that. Maybe music is what I need for the motivation, a musical muse, so to speak.
Exactly.
So all right. So maybe our guest will help me. So for the look back, was there anything positive for you in 2020?
Was there anything positive? Well, I mean, I think making it through is positive.
Absolutely.
So every day.
Good answer.
Right.
Still
when
alive.
you woke up, you're like, yes.
Still standing.
That's
Absolutely.
a positive. It was interesting. I had a conversation with my friend, and we were talking about, for some people, it was really a lot of heartache.
Yes.
But for others, it was like a lot of a new and
Yeah.
change. It was
Oh,
like it
yeah.
was a shift. Like, okay, I'm not in the office, but now I'm
Mm-hmm.
more with my kids.
That's
You
right.
know,
That's true.
and you can even get new jobs. There were a
Right.
lot of people that were hiring. So
Yeah, and a whole lot of people went into work business for themselves.
exactly.
Several people I know actually quit their corporate job instead of waiting to be fired, and they created their own business.
Yeah.
And I think that's really very brave, and really good for the soul. My
Yes.
daughter-in-law is one who did that, and she never looked back.
Yeah.
You know.
So it's all about perspective.
Yeah,
Now on the
definitely.
other end, when it comes to social justice,
Yeah. Oh, girl.
I
You
don't.
know what? One thing that's true, and one of the things we know, one of the first things that current administration did was undo all of the reforms that the Obama administration had done.
Mm,
But slowly but surely, I see it's coming back, and I'm going to be confident that the new administration will put them back in place because police reforms are needed. There's no,
yes.
and so what I did this weekend, though, I did find surprisingly several states they've taken the initiative to create their own reforms. So I think this will be good for people who live in those states who need to know what's up. So I'll give you just a couple. I
Okay.
won't read them all off. Of course, California is always ahead of the
Yeah.
game. So which is surprising to me, but it says their police officers can no longer wear camouflage or anything that makes them appear to be military. I didn't know they were doing that in the first place.
Well, yeah, I did know either. Now in California too, they're gonna make people the police officers have to have a college degree. They
Really?
were talking about that being a
Oh
possibility that you
man.
have to have some kind of college
But hey,
education.
morons have degrees too. Crazy people have
Yeah,
degrees.
but but at
But that
least
helps because it
yeah,
means that they have critical thinking.
exactly. Because
They
I
didn't
mean,
just
you're
come
not
straight from
the
the cave
not
to
the
the
bully who was
yeah,
maybe in high school and then you
right.
become the bully who's in. But at
That's
least you
true.
have to go through a process
That's good.
of education. Hopefully
That's
that'll weed out some of the people who just want to be bullies.
and they should have done that a long time ago.
But
I
that's
mean,
California.
that is California. But check this out. Connecticut is their police must undergo mental health evaluations every 5 years. What do you think about that?
Probably needs
And
to be every 2 or
well, I
every
think
year.
really every 2 years, and
Yeah,
hopefully initially before they even get hired. Let's hope.
exactly. I think maybe even every year, but I
Yeah,
guess it depends on how large
right.
their department is.
Well, it doesn't even matter because every police officer in this country should be accountable. They
Yeah.
should be certified to be sane, and not yes, their social media should be reviewed. But here is one that you might find a little fun. Now, there are 4 unlikely states who have legalized recreational marijuana. Okay, Montana, New Jersey, Arizona, and North Dakota. Isn't that weird?
Why do you say weird?
Because they seem to be conservative states. And marijuana is not a conservative
I can
recreation.
see like Montana, you're in the
Oh yeah, Montana.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a beautiful open. Probably hard to crash in that city with
Yeah.
all
So
that wide open space.
so you think Jersey that's surprising?
Yeah,
I don't
I
know.
don't know if Jersey really can afford to. Well, here's the case. Here's my thing. If that's what they did, and now it is legal to partake,
Right.
everybody who's doing time for marijuana needs to be released. There's no getting around that. You can't be in prison for something that's now legal.
Yeah. If you're
Where's the
in
logic
prison
there?
or even if you have a mark on your record, it should be
Absolutely.
expunged.
Speaking of which, okay, here's a really interesting one. Remember how California had those crazy wildfires?
Right.
And you know how they were using the prisoners to help put out the fire. Did you know that?
Well, yeah.
So they were using prisoners to
Yeah,
join the fire
right.
crew.
That's a free labor.
Yeah, exactly. And
Who
among
you
other things.
who you think picks the potatoes in Idaho?
Thank you. And the oranges in Florida.
Exactly.
In Texas.
It's
I pick
prisoners.
my own oranges though. Speaking of which, I'm gonna have to bring some in because they're looking good.
Yes.
But check this out. They are now going to be allowing the prisoners they'll be able to file a petition with the
Uh-huh.
courts to have their records cleared if they participated in putting out fires. How cool is that?
I think that's cool. I mean, because it is a
They were
dangerous
saving
job.
lives and they were
Yeah.
saving land. I mean, they more than paid their debt to society. And then there's one more that I'll tell you about, and then I'll shut up. But I'm always excited when law is, when there's some equality going on. But this one, oh God, I forgot that quick. What was it? There was one, Oh, I forgot already. Oh, yeah, here it is. Several states are implementing alternatives to jail time for nonviolent offenders. Now that's pretty cool. What
Alternative.
they're trying to do, instead of going to jail, they'll
Uh-huh.
give them something like maybe say drug training or anger man. No, not anger management because for nonviolent criminals.
Oh, okay.
So maybe if you cash the bad check, they'll have you pay restitution or do some community service. But that makes sense. What they're trying to do is put these private prisons out of business because there
Yeah,
is the
good luck with
reason
that.
why there were so many people in prison. It's a money making deal, and you know that.
Oh yeah, it's
So
big
with
big
all
money.
these new initiatives, maybe it's a start to something special.
Well, there always has to be a start.
Yes, there does. Yes, it does. And I definitely am not one who could do time. So we know there are, I'm sorry, but I know there are innocent people in prison. Okay.
Yes.
It could be me. It could be you. It just
Mm-hmm.
depends on the time and the place.
Yeah.
So I'm all
And that's like I
for
always tell my
reform.
friends, it's like, don't do anything illegal around me because I ain't gonna lie for
Thank
you.
you. Thank you. Me neither.
I'm sorry.
I'm like, Yana.
I'm just not gonna do it.
Absolutely no, ma'am.
And half of it is because I can't remember anything else, so I better be honest.
That's good. Right. You can't lie.
Yeah,
I
'cause
just
it's
can't
like,
do any
what
time
was
in
my
jail.
lie? I forgot.
I like my privacy. I can't do it. I can't do it. Mm-mm. So I'm definitely, I'd like to bring our guest up when he comes up, ask him what his perspective is,
Yeah, from an artist perspective.
from an artist's perspective
Yeah.
on the past and on the future.
Yeah, and he can give us some. We probably can even convince him to teach us how to paint.
You know what? That's the least he can do. Since he's our friend,
Yeah, exactly.
maybe we can get it like a family discount
Uh-huh.
on art classes.
We'll have some wine and
Ooh.
we'll let him
Oh.
come up with a name.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You mean for the class?
Uh-huh.
Okay. I like it. I
Yeah.
like it. How you living class? How you
living?
painting?
How you whining?
But one thing I want to know also what his feeling like. Do you think this year's going to be any better? I'd like to know how other people think. To me personally, I don't know. I can't say 2021 is going to be better. The one thing that might be better is because there is a vaccine, so it might
Right.
slow things down.
Mhm.
But as of yesterday, records are still being broken. So what the hell?
I don't know. We're gonna get his perspective. He might.
Okay, I hope so. He's got wisdom.
He does.
Yeah.
He does have wisdom and good.
He's been
shoes.
around. He's been around the world a few times, so that'd be good to find out.
So we're gonna take a short break, and we're gonna bring up our artist
Extraordinaire.
extraordinaire, the person we love, the person we trust,
Yes.
who's gonna tell us how to release those creative juices to not have stuff boiled in, but to be able to release for
Right.
2021.
He's probably one of the more zen people right
Yes.
next to you. Absolutely.
So we're gonna bring up Mr. Charles Zen Washington, and so join us as we take this short break.
We'll be right back.
We work our whole lives to support our families. With one accident or illness, it can all be gone in an instant. Now there's a smart, affordable way to protect your family. Go to findhealthbenefits.com and discover low-cost life insurance for as little as $2 per month. Add to that a tax-deferred annuity that can help you protect your assets and grow your money for retirement. Learn more. Go to findhealthbenefits.com or call 877-235-6094. A critical illness can strike without warning and wipe out your life savings. In fact, it's the #1 reason for bankruptcy. Find Health Benefits offers an affordable solution. Get up to $50,000 if you get cancer, stroke, or a heart attack, giving you the peace of mind to focus on getting better while the plan helps you to pay your bills and medical expenses. Learn more. Go to findhealthbenefits.com or call 877-235-6094. 66% of seniors spend more time shopping for cable TV than Medicare plans. Most say because it's just too confusing. Laws change every year. The wrong plan could cost you thousands and prevent you from seeing the doctors you want. Introducing FindHealthBenefits.com. Save time, save money, see specialists without referrals. Go to FindHealthBenefits.com or call 877-235-6094 for this informative brochure.
Society is on the edge. Let's bring them back. Edge Radio. Because truth still matters.
And welcome back to How You Living. So we're looking at 2020 moving into 2021, and we're going to start first looking at the creative side of maybe your resolutions. So we have extraordinaire Charles Washington, our favorite artist.
Yay!
Yay!
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Before we begin, I have to say this. It's always a pleasure to be here, How You Living, because of you beautiful ladies.
Oh.
And I get dressed especially for it.
Thank
so.
you. Well, we love your look.
We accept all of that positivity.
Absolutely. We usually see you in your painter's uniform. So this is gorgeous. Nice.
So what are your thoughts from moving from last year into this year from an artist perspective?
There's all these different emotional thoughts that comes to mind. Number one, just the initial effect from the pandemic. Mm-hmm. And, from a creative standpoint and your community, you want to be able to say, how can we help, or how can an artist be able to visually or physically participate in assisting.
Right.
And I've come up with a couple of ideas. One is called the ABC Project, which is artists, business, and community, which bringing everyone together. As you all know, that Harambee Art Gallery, and Swahili means pulling together. So we always have that mindset of how can we bring people together in community to make sure that we're all healthy. In order for us as an artist and also business to be able to work with the community have to be safe.
Right.
And also have to be healthy.
Right.
So we came up with the Mask Project.
And this is all under the ABC?
Yes, all under the ABC Project. And
No, I was just going to say, for folks who are just now meeting you, can you kind of give an overview of what you mentioned, Harambee, and I know you're involved with a few other organizations.
Yes.
Okay. You are the founder of Harambee.
Well,
correct?
He's a Renaissance man.
He really is. So there's a lot. There's a lot to you.
Right. So I right now, where I'm at right now in my career as an artist, I'm looking at not what I am doing, but how can I help to make sure others are doing, and also to open doors for others to be able to get to the level. And I'm creating a platform. That's important right now, because without the platform, some of the things I endured, other artists will do so. So it's a blessing to be able to do that.
So with the ABCs, it stands for what again?
Artists, business, and community. And I never reinvent the wheel. This is a project I created about 15 years ago. Wow. Everything that you create or what you have in your mind, it will come back around. You have to be prepared for it, or society may need it. So if you understand it, bring it back out, and then use it for the benefit of who needs it.
So this is an organization for the artists to once again learn business and to work in the community.
Exactly, and to be able to create like a mentorship too, because the artist, creates the vision, creates the Renaissance mentality. So if the artists get back going, society will get back going. And also the artist will be able to show, reflect back on what happened, visually, verbally, so you can understand how to proceed. So art is very important, in culture.
So what's the definition of an artist? So say I'm someone who's like,
that's a good one.
That's a gotcha question.
That's a gotcha. Because if I'm 2021, I want to get into art. Can I call myself an artist?
Right.
Well, day one, everyone is an artist because they create.
Wow. See, he can come back.
That's nice. That's a good comeback. So this collaboration you have with the ABC program, who all is involved? It's the artists, and then is it local businesses?
Yes, local businesses and community-wise, just wherever community you're located. Okay. So this project here is not just for this location.
Okay.
It can be, packaged to be able to go anywhere in the world, basically.
Very good. Very good.
So I guess I was just wondering if anyone can really be a part of it.
Oh yes. Actually, what you can do is get in touch with Harambee Art Gallery, and we have a great group of fantastic people to be able to put you in the right direction.
That's great. Now, you were involved in the recent broadcasting of Lady in the Hat, right?
Yes.
I got the chance to watch that. It was very impressive.
So what is Ladies in the Hat? Wow. What is that?
Well, Ladies in the Hats, it was a project that came about when you goes back into interacting with people, and I met a fantastic lady, Miss Paula, and we were sitting in City Hall one day. We had a conversation, and she was talking about hats and how to get rid of them. And I am the upcycle artist.
Right.
Yeah, which I still need to drop off some hats too.
I said, well, let me think about that. So I had an epiphany, and it's like, and the way she was talking about the person that wore the hat, it was so, she was not emotional, but I could close my eyes and visualize that person and the work that person have actually put in while wearing the hat. So I came up with an idea, but also a goal to be able to create Ladies in the Hats. But the end game was to be able to create a museum, and that museum will be an umbrella for Ladies in the Hats, and also be able to express different feelings. Right. Women can come in and express themselves with the hats, and yourself, you can come in with a hat, and we can actually share your history.
I got my little Boston baseball cap, but I'll try to do something different.
That's good.
So what it was a series of monologues. The women would have a special hat on. Most of them were historic, I believe. Maybe all of them are historic.
Well, they were written by some fantastic people. So some of them were symbolic to the different theme that we had available.
Right.
Right. So it's about the theme and how can we culturally bring people together from their hats.
Yeah, it was very well done.
Oh, thank you.
So these are local
Were
women?
they local artists?
Yes, local artists. Everyone was local, and
Right.
like I said, creative people.
Beautiful.
And it was. I came up with the thought, and they manifested it. So I'm just a small little
But
part
look at
in
all
the
the
bag.
kind of art he does. I mean, everything. Basically, now you've turned it into physical art.
Well, it's about thinking. I'm a pretty decent
Yeah,
artist.
you are. You're a real good thinker. Remember you told him that first time? She said, think. And I never forgot that. He is always thinking. That's true.
I really want to be able to, the word is, how can I help you? And that's very serious.
That's
because
beautiful.
when you sit down and listen to someone and listen to their dream, it interacts with yours. Because everyone that was part of that project, that question was asked. The person with the hat, she asked, well, what can I do with a hat?
Right.
I said, I had an answer for you. So.
And on a personal level, I wanted to find a way to give some of my tea to the community.
Oh, yes.
And what did you do? You said, how can I help? And so now we're in collaboration.
Nice.
And that's pretty amazing. He blended his art with my business, and it's going to definitely benefit the community.
Exactly. And it did something for me, too.
What did it do for you?
It made me come to the center of relaxation, because I said, with this fantastic tea, it'd be great to have a fantastic dessert.
Oh yeah, that's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
I heard about that.
So,
So tell us what that's all about.
well, these last couple of months, it was very, it was a lot of tense, and I used to be able to relax by cooking, So I wanted to find a way to come to the center, and just like Dr. Kiva said earlier, art brings you to the center.
Yeah.
I'm always into the art,
Right.
so I'm doing something that's totally different but the same. To be able to not just create, but to wash the dishes and to put everything away. I'm thinking. And my notebook is to the side,
right.
So everything that I'm thinking right now is how to be able to come to the center, but also do it with love.
That's
So.
good.
And so you're going to
He-
do what with the cooking?
You created
What's the
something,
big
didn't
plans
you?
for the
Oh, and
cooking?
you're showing some of his artwork up there
Oh,
too.
yeah.
That's beautiful. Can you explain what that is?
Well, as you look, that's a collection of jazz pieces, and it was at a special event at someone's home, and that car,
Is that an art car?
Yes,
Okay.
that's the remnants of my car. When the car, is not physically working, I then create it into a sculpture.
Beautiful. I'm talking about what do you call it? Upcycle?
Upcycling.
That is massive upcycling. Beautiful.
The car don't
Thank
work,
you,
so I'm gonna
Vince.
But what is
make it artful.
There's a couple
I
things
love
that are
it.
happening there. You see that the process, but
Yeah.
also his culture.
Uh-huh.
And it as an artist, you want to be able to stretch the envelope, but challenge others to be able to do what you're doing and beyond.
That's great.
So.
That's fantastic. Now you've got something coming up this month with U of H, don't you? Or has that already happened?
No, it's actually it's being planned right now.
Okay.
I've been blessed in all different.
You sure have.
I mean, first of all, with with you ladies, man, I'm just so overwhelmed at times of some things you guys talk about. But I was asked to do a show about a year ago, and then she called, and the first thing came to mind is that. Who's Charles Washington?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Who is that guy?
Right.
What has he done, not just for himself, but as far as in his lifetime?
Yeah.
So the first thing came to mind is, why don't I just do a retrospect?
Wow. So it's a one-man show.
It's a one-man show, and it's not just I can't say it's a one-man show. It's a.
Are you the only artist?
Yes, but
You're one man. No.
That's what I'm saying,
But it
because
takes a community
Right,
to put it
definitely,
together.
definitely.
Right, but I have all these different connections, because part of this event, Ladies in the Hats are going to be performed.
Oh.
So it's
wow.
not just about me.
Okay.
It's about who's Charles Washington. How did he affect the people in his environment, and how did the environment affect him?
Uh-huh.
So it's going to be Q&A, it's going to be conversation, and from all of this, I am going to be artist in resident at this location, but
My goodness.
but it's bigger than that. When you put yourself in that position, I said, okay, now how can I create an artist in resident program?
Mm-hmm.
So that's one of the things that's on my list also.
So when is it supposed to happen, or do you have a date yet?
We're actually moving things around right now. I'm actually
Okay.
putting things in category. It's going to be huge, and it's going to be February 5th.
Okay.
But
And that's a really good question for people to ask themselves.
Uh-huh.
Who am I?
Right.
Right, exactly.
Ooh, that would be a loaded question for me.
You're actually the epitome of everyone that you brought into your life.
Mm-hmm. That's
Mhm.
right. That's right. And every experience you've had.
Right, exactly. So that's basically what I'm bringing to the table. So
That's
and it's a lot of different people, and also you guys are part of my life, so you actually
That's
be
true.
presented, in some type of way.
Yeah, we're family
Yeah,
now.
I get
Yes.
We
because
really
when
are.
we're talking
Yes.
about people looking at 2021, there's always a good question for them to ask, who am I? Who
Mhm.
do I want to be moving forward, and who am I today?
Right.
That would be something that you can totally meditate on for the year.
I agree.
Do you think that 2020 gave you new opportunities? I mean, it took a lot away from people, but it also, for people who were creative, it really gave them new opportunities.
There's different ways you have to look at that.
Right.
Like the mask.
The mask.
Well, the
And
mask.
thank you.
Oh,
Thank
you're
you
welcome.
for these
You're
beautiful
welcome.
masks. Hand painted, right?
Well, it's been upcycled. Actually, that's been hand painted, but also since like you were saying, as far as how the pandemic affect people. When you're talking about all of the restaurants, they're out. Some of them are out of business, so they have tablecloth.
Okay.
So my first thing is like you want to be able to grow where you are.
Right.
But those are actually tablecloths that's been converted into masks.
Nice.
Is this signed?
Oh, very good.
Oh, do
question.
you have? I want
That
mine
is
signed and numbered,
absolutely-
please.
Yes, we do.
Well,
Thank you. If she gets it, I get it.
well, may I say this, please? When you open the package,
Oh, is
it'll
it
be
personal?
signed.
Okay.
And thank you, but I will have to personalize it.
Okay,
Okay.
well, we definitely want. I might to say to Robin, my favorite person in the whole wide world,
She
next
rocks.
to Dr. Kiva. They rock.
I
But
will
yeah,
definitely-
absolutely want to sign.
But-
I think we're going to take a quick break,
Okay.
and then we got a bunch more questions, maybe some political ones for you.
And to see how someone who's not used to working in a certain medium can learn how to.
She's serious. She
I'm
is very
serious.
serious.
Well, to me, if you can read a recipe,
Well, I want more information.
But some
on
people
that.
can't boil water.
Yeah.
well, maybe I can help them
Well,
out.
yeah, some people can't read
That's a good
recipes.
answer. You're absolutely right.
Some people can't read. All right, guys, we will be right back with some more really fun questions with Mr. Washington. So stick around. We'll be right back.
Are you a small business owner concerned about the downturn in the economy? Top business leaders like Mattress Mac and Warren Buffett will tell you that now is the time to promote your business more than ever. People need your services. Your business needs an edge. Learn about special advertising packages for small businesses right here on Edge Radio. Find out more, give us a call at 281-744-0446. That's 281-744-0446. Edge, because truth still matters.
And welcome back to How You Living. And we're always wondering how we're living.
We are.
We are. So we were talking about the mask that you have created.
Oh,
And mine
So,
is beautiful.
I
And
know.
it's comfortable. Oh,
Those
I
are
love it.
nice.
This is really gorgeous. Thank you very
You're
And I
welcome.
love that they're signed and dated.
And it has little pockets so you can put in extra
filters?
filters if
Oh,
you want
one,
to.
I didn't even realize the pockets in here. So I know there's a beautiful story behind your mask.
yes,
And how
there
can
is.
people get these?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
first,
yes.
this is the first wave. The first wave of this project is to be able to give them to the needy people or people that really need to have them, especially the young people.
Very
There are
good.
going to be different size masks available also. But what's very, very important is that we are partnered with the Houston Public Library.
Wow.
You know, so there are going to be stations that will be able to have the mass there, and also we're going to be collaborating in the future more so.
Beautiful.
Oh,
Now,
so
are
how
they
does
for
it-
sale?
Well, okay, this phase right
Sorry.
here. The next phase, we're going to have them for sale.
Okay.
But we're going to be able to use a percentage of that to be able to put back into the ABC projects because this is just the beginning of it. You want to heal, and then you start working with the projects. And while we're talking, when you look at this, there's information on how to be able to take care of the mask.
I love it.
And also how to be able to take care of yourself, how to wash your hands. And I know it's all over, but subconsciously you want to keep it in mind, create habit.
Yeah.
And on the other side, you have
very
artist
smart.
Charles Washington. Get in touch with me. You know, very important.
Always.
This
And
is
so,
fantastic.
and so when it's at the library, not library, but library, it'll,
That's like jewelry. That's another conversation. Anyway, go on.
so it will have this nice little packaging also, and people can,
Yes.
and they'll be able to get it at any libraries or certain libraries.
Oh,
or?
just stay tuned because that's all in development. You guys are getting the scoop.
Yeah.
Everything that's going on right
All
now.
right.
This is my first time, publicly speaking on any of these projects. So, how you
We
live
always
is-
like to be the first.
Well, you guys are the first.
That's cool.
Yeah, and the library is so cool.
That
'cause
is. I
it's-
love
it's
those.
you can
gonna
have
be
you-
kind
fun.
of exhibits and
Absolutely.
even stories behind them. It would be kind
I
of
love
cool
the
if there was
library.
like stories behind a certain mask that people
You
can
know.
wear.
Well,
Now you're talking.
well, I'm
Well,
glad you said
know,
that.
you know
That's
him.
good.
He's already
Well,
done
Like
that.
Lady in the Mask.
Yeah.
Well, the theme of the gallery is called The Mask. So it's not
Oh.
about just this mask.
It's
Because
a
it's all different-
metaphor. It's a
Right,
metaphor.
Because through this period of time, there were people with masks on
Right.
in
Right.
all different perspectives.
Yeah, I got a lot of
So-
African masks.
And
Well,
me too.
That's one perspective. Culturally.
But you're saying people who wear a mask. They're
Right. And one of the challenges that we're going to have is that we're going to have different artists to be able to create, on the mask, but it does not have to be dealing with the pandemic, but from emotional, but also what's going on around them. So the mask, the definition of a mask is deeper than what you see.
Yeah.
Yeah,
physically.
it could be
Yeah.
makeup. It could
Yeah.
be,
Yes, yes.
That's good. Well, that's definitely
Because I would
my mask.
imagine that if some artists would come in and talk about when you wear a mask, how you are you really trying to protect yourself from the
There you
outside,
go.
or are
That's
you,
good.
you know,
That's very
where's the
good.
protection coming
Excellent.
from?
Excellent.
true.
So it brings up conversation.
I always wonder, and this is so silly, but I like, are bank robberies up? Are robberies now people are able to wear masks and get away with murder? I mean, basically, you wear a mask, you put on some sunglasses, there you go. I hope I'm not giving anybody ideas. Forget I said that.
Well, I mean, subconsciously,
I don't know what goes on in your dreams.
You know me.
The protection
All kinds of
of
craziness.
individuals, it depends on the situation,
Right.
and
Well, I
especially
hope
now,
not.
So,
Yeah.
this is hard times, crazy times. So, like I was saying, the definition of the mask it goes to all different perspectives.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting one. When we look back at 2020, it's going to be a
Yeah.
doozy. Even
Well-
when it comes to like visual arts and movies and books and what's going to come out of here from the creative mind is going to be.
I agree. I agree. And this word, full vision, it was real.
The 2020, just calling it 2020, it just covered so many different things,
Right,
you
yeah.
know?
Yeah, it did. And I feel that this is a moment where you see where you're at
Right.
and start moving forward. As an artist, that's where I'm looking at. It's beyond me. It's like, what can we do to go forward?
Right.
2021, like I was saying, all these ideas was not just ready for 2021. They were already there.
Right.
But the urgency, actually brought them at the front.
So do you see more hopeful future in this year, or do you think we need to sit back and watch, see what the jury says?
Well, the word is, my glass is always half full.
Okay, good. Mine too. Hers is, it is just water in the glass.
It's
All
just
right,
water in
now.
the
It's
glass.
just water in the glass.
Because we had that conversation. I'm like,
it's just water.
Well,
I'm
well,
always half full.
The reason why,
Always.
when I'm saying that, you have space to grow.
Right.
You want to fill it up.
mm-hmm.
You know,
Right.
so someone said they got a glass half empty, they're starting with nothing.
Right.
And to me, even though there was this crucial situation, you started with life and hope and
Do you think more
believe.
people got conscious over the 2020? Did you
Oh
think there
yeah,
was a mass consciousness going on? Or?
I believe
Seems
so.
like it. It
I
feels
don't
like
know.
it's hard to tell.
It's hard to
Well,
tell because some people intentionally remain asleep.
yeah, I
You
guess
know,
because it's easier. They
it's
say
easier.
ignorance is bliss. To be woke is, and remember what Baldwin said, to be semi woke, and what he called it conscious, is to be in a constant state of rage. And
Well,
that is true.
I agree, and it confirmed who you are.
Yeah,
Whatever you did up until this point, it
yeah,
confirmed who you are.
yeah.
That's
Yes.
bottom line.
Hmm.
So if we're talking about people saying, because don't you think that painting can feel
Yeah.
like a meditative state when you're really engrossed in it? Do you ever feel like you're meditating when you're painting?
Oh, I feel like I'm going into all these different mind dimensions
That's
because
beautiful.
a thought becomes material, but you have to go into your mind to get that thought to bring it out.
So can you?
And
I'm sorry. Go on. Finish going
well,
on.
there's a couple things that like, I was sitting back listening to some of the words you guys were saying as far as to be able to prep that moment of being creative, the music and
Hmm.
just that vibe. That vibe sometimes is already inside of you. It needs to be released,
Right.
and it's like reading a good book. And as an artist and as a teacher, I can give you some of those techniques to be able to let you be the best artist for yourself.
That's what
Um,
I need. I
so
have attempted to paint. I really have everything I need. I've got so many easels and everything, but I don't know how to start. I even tried to find a YouTube class,
Right.
but I don't know where to get the
So
motivation
do you
from.
well,
teach?
well,
Can
this
you
is this is
teach
what I'll
Can
do
you
first.
teach
This-
us,
this-
please?
regulars?
well, this is what I'll do, ladies. I would counsel you first.
Yeah,
You Zoom us.
yeah, that's what we need.
I'll Zoom you, Zoom
That's
you, ask
good.
questions,
That's
and have a basic
good.
conversation on what you like and how you relax.
I love
And,
it.
and because I have different options for you,
Okay.
because you can be creative in all different aspects. It
I
doesn't
want-
have to be
I
just
want to
paint.
paint so bad. I
But-
feel like
You
I
know,
want
my
to.
minor was
process.
art history. And
Really?
So,
Oh my goodness.
And so I wanted to be the artist. I was like, well, since I can't necessarily, I'm gonna take a picture of something I drew and I'm gonna send it to you.
Really?
But
I
it
wanna
was like,
see.
since I can't draw, which I really wanted to, I was like, oh, I'll study art.
But yeah, abstract is
Well,
great.
this is what I'll do for you, ladies.
All right, we're all ears.
This is what we'll do. What we'll do is we'll do a class, but then we'll record it
Oh,
Nice.
I love
So-
that idea.
with a time lapse
Okay.
of
Oh
both
my
of you
God,
ladies.
I love that
So
idea.
next time we come on, we'll
And we
critique-
can
no,
show
we'll
it.
have the audience.
That is fan. And who did which one? We won't say it's a contest.
be nice.
We'll just
This'll
see if
be
they can
nice.
identify the artist.
This will be nice.
Okay.
This
I
will be nice.
love that idea. Let's
So-
definitely
Oh,
do
for
it.
sure, for
So
sure.
All right.
we made the commitment on air, right?
All right,
Yes.
it's gonna happen,
It
y'all.
is.
Now we just have to commit to the date. All
That
right.
would be
I
great.
really want us to do that.
Time lapse
That's
and
a
everything.
wonderful idea.
That'd be nice.
Time lapse. It is a really good idea.
Okay, done.
All right,
done,
so
done.
that'll be a fun thing. Well, before and after. That's pretty cool.
See what you guys have brought. See, bringing this out of me.
Every
I
time
it
you
wouldn't
come
have
up
been
here, some
possible.
new project comes forth.
I know, right?
Every
I need
single
to hang
time.
with you guys.
I agree totally.
Those
Man.
creative juices are flowing.
Now you
Yes.
have more artists coming on constantly, don't you? Are you bringing more people onto your platform?
Yes, and like I was saying, it's I'm creating a mentorship. I have a photographer, but my goal is being able to put a really good, solid group together so
Okay.
they can actually go out in the community. This is something that's also happening. I'm collaborating with a cultural arts center, so that's going to be the nucleus.
Okay.
And artist in resident is so important because the definition of that is actually artists being able to come from different parts of the country or
That's
city
heavy.
and go into a location and sharing their energy and then leaving it in the community.
Right.
And
So
that
that's the
is-
main objective that
That's
we
what
want to
you
do.
will be for U of H. You'll be the artist in resident
Artist in resident at U of that
at
location.
University of
You-
Texas.
At which
Houston.
location?
But also, I will also be that person at the Cultural Arts
Oh,
Center.
man. That's beautiful.
Oh.
So it's about putting it all together,
Right.
but it all equals out to helping a majority, a lot of people.
So if someone wanted to see an exhibit, where do you normally, other than U of H, because I know you're doing it at U of H, do you have a exhibit that you always have up?
Okay, well, right now we're focusing on a virtual gallery, and so you can actually go to Harumi Art Gallery. Harumi Art Gallery. Just
And
look
where
it
is
up.
it? I mean, it's
which
online.
one?
It's the virtual.
We have the virtual.
Can they go in person also?
Okay, if you go in person, you have to go by an appointment, and I have a location at 3903 Alameda.
Okay.
And we also have a frame shop there.
I know I'm supposed to bring something to get framed.
And the gallery is going to be opening up, at the same time that the space is going to be opening. Clearly.
So, is your framing service available to anyone? Can they bring their art and you'll frame it for, of course, for a fee? But
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's especially geared for the artists because we want to make sure that they're. Financially, there's certain things that they can't afford. So, but it's for the public also.
Yeah, because mats can be costly.
And his framing, your framing game is tight.
Thank you.
You got some beautiful frames. I got some really beautiful stuff.
We're going to be doing workshops also. So these, it's all about how to, exactly.
And is that virtual?
Yes, we're doing some tripods, but we really want to be able to go virtual because that's the new.
It really is.
For the framing. So when you say framing workshops, because, back in the day, when I was in college, I used to work at Black Heritage Art Gallery.
Yes, with Robbie.
Yeah, with Robbie.
Fantastic lady.
Nice.
And so I remember how we had to frame, how we had to cut the wood.
So you know how to do it.
You cut the mat, cut the glass.
That's
we had to start from. It was the hard thing was sometimes just making sure everything was nice and level.
Right.
You know that your mat.
So you have to have
exactly.
some math skills too.
Exactly.
Well, math skill, but also we have the equipment to be able to keep it precise.
Okay. I always wonder how you do that stuff.
Yeah, and I'm a pretty good teacher.
Okay.
To be able to give you some of the.
We'll be the judge.
I'm a veteran.
We're about to find out right
I'm
now. Let's see if you can turn this lemon into some lemonade.
Yes, I can.
That'll be cool. Wow. I'm gonna see. Is that everything you've got coming up? I thought we had a few other things going.
There's a list of things.
When are we gonna finish our tea project? I'm ready to give it away. Okay.
Okay. This is what's happening.
Okay.
The holidays came. I got everything ready to go, and the photographer.
He redesigned the tent.
He went.
For us that don't know, it's like tea project.
I know.
What is a tea project?
Okay. So I have a tea company. All right. I own organic tea company. I have been dying to share. I have this passion for my community, and I really want to see people live healthier. So I've really allotted a bunch of tea that I can give away, that I can donate to the community, and it's what I drink every day. And I'm sorry I didn't bring it today, but it's to help build your immune system. In this time of COVID, we need whatever we could get to keep our immune system strong. So the first visit that Mr. Washington came on, he said, we're going to put together a project, and it's going to be part of the ABC, his art, my business, and then we're going to share it with the community. So we're taking the tins that my tea comes in, and he's going to redesign the labels, and we're going to make it be limited edition.
Exactly.
And it's going to be like, are you going to have sort of a competition, have different, we're going to auction it off? How are we going to do that?
The first level, I'm going to introduce it with my art.
Okay.
But when we look at the whole artist in resident, we have going to have a list of artists to be able to do those things. So everything connects.
Okay.
So the future, I will do the first series.
Okay.
And also with the series, other than just doing the can, we're going to have a limited edition of prints.
I like
smaller
that.
Prints to go along with it.
And
it's you have some prints to go. That's
and I saw the prototype, which is absolutely beautiful. We're just waiting for you to send it over, and we'll do our part. Yes. And I'm very negligent in announcing my business. Thank you for bringing that. My company is called You Endure. You Endure. UENDURE. Look it up.
Yeah, and it's cool because you'll be able to keep the cans, and they become a collective item.
Yes,
absolutely.
Yeah.
And you continue to upcycle it. Put your
Exactly.
quarters in there or something,
Yeah,
or put some flowers in there. Make it a vase.
Your swear jar.
Yeah, that could be your swear jar, which means I would have several.
But your project is great, and I'm excited to be part of it. And the tea, look at me right now, and I'm healthy.
You look like $1 million, and I know
like
it's all about
drinker.
the tea.
It's all about the tea.
It's all about that tea. I'm telling you, I am really 90 years old. Everybody,
and I cannot wait to see what desserts you're gonna have to go along with it too.
You mentioned one. What was the one you made?
Oh wow!
What was the one you were supposed to bring today?
Thank you. I wasn't gonna say anything.
Okay, but I'll say it.
Call them out. Call them out. That's right. What happened?
I'm gonna redeem myself.
All right.
But when
we'll be here next Monday.
It's gonna be laid out. So
Okay.
the whole project came about. It was called Sweetened Bread.
Oh, sweetened bread.
Right, sweetened bread, and also my grandmother used to make that bread,
Okay.
and they're from the Carolinas, So I that was one of the things I started working with, and it came out really good, and I just started adding different.
And it goes good with tea.
It goes excellent with tea.
Yeah.
So is this, are you gonna share recipes, or you're like,
Ooh.
Well, there's a couple things we're gonna do. I'm gonna have my own little recipe, little thing going,
Okay.
but I want to be able to do some competitive things, because I want to be able to give certain names, to certain
That's
dishes
good.
and things like that.
That's good.
another especially in the community,
Oh,
everyone
yeah.
bringing,
Oh, yeah.
grandmama's.
Oh, yeah.
But
What
tea
desserts?
brings, the community tea,
Yeah.
it
And then
brings
you can-
people
and then
together.
you
And we
match
kind of
the-
renamed it too, Community, but the last few is TEA.
And that was
Yeah.
a brilliant idea.
Well,
from
thank
Robert,
you.
I
Thank you
can,
very
I can
much.
even visualize you have this book with all the desserts, and then
yeah.
have the tea that accompanies
You
that
know what?
particular dessert.
It could be a
Yes.
table. It could be a tabletop book. I love
Wow,
that.
man.
You
See?
know what? All this collaborative energy is killing the system.
Well, we're gonna manifest
I
it.
like
We're gonna
it.
manifest it.
That would be
Really,
nice.
we are manifesting, and that is a wonderful idea. Really,
Like, let me get this pecan pie
That's
and drink this
beautiful.
ginger tea.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
could you
like
imagine
it.
having that online and people share they're drinking their tea and then they share their dessert.
That's another opportunity. It really
You
is.
see, this place to get you in trouble.
This, I'm telling you,
Where does-
this
how
is
you
sort of a
living?
think tank
How
up
you
in here.
living?
How you living is creatively. That's the
Exactly.
answer for today, for sure.
Well, this has been so nice. It's always a pleasure when you come and hang out with us.
And I'll
Oh,
tell
thank
you, you got a lot of feedback on your first visit. Everybody loved Mr. Washington.
Well, thank you.
Everybody.
And I appreciate that. Makes me excited. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm doing my assignment. I'm on track.
You're on track, absolutely. What's your assignment?
Hell.
Oh, that's beautiful.
What's your assignment?
Wellness and fun. In that order.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Because if you're well, you're gonna have fun. If you're having fun, you must be well. How about that?
It's always funny when you ask the question of the first person, when the next person has a better answer. Like, wait.
I want to go back. That has been me 1,000 times. Or when you're breaking up with someone, you're like, why didn't I think to say that? I'm talking when I was a teenager.
I want to add.
Add to it.
That is so true. But no, yours is perfect. Which is why we're yin and yang too. We're just perfectly together. Anything else we want to ask Mr. Washington?
Yeah. What
When
little
you coming
nugget?
back?
What little nugget can you drop to us in the
Right.
community?
We do like to get nuggets from our guests.
Some little nugget of wisdom.
A word of wisdom, something for prepare for the new year.
Okay, before I give that, I would definitely again want to thank you guys for having me on, and
You're welcome.
it's always a pleasure to be here.
We
And
appreciate it.
you guys are a family, so.
Oh yeah,
That's
for
right.
sure.
Absolutely.
So when you say that about 2021, I feel that we have to grow where we are, and to be able to really this is crucial times.
right.
So we really want to be able to work together as a team, and think clear.
Mhm.
Think clear.
That's good.
That's
And like you
21.
said,
think
it's
clear.
bloom where you're planted, right?
Yes.
That's what you got to do.
yes.
So don't look somewhere else. Do what you got with what you have. right?
Yes. Yes.
That's good. I appreciate that.
Right.
Well,
It's a beautiful day.
it
It's a
is.
beautiful day.
I guess we're gonna wrap it up.
We're gonna wrap it
All
up.
right. Well, everybody, we appreciate you. We hope you come back and join us again next week. Mr. Washington, we can't thank you enough for your amazing abilities to entertain us and to educate us. And
Well, thank you, and you got my number.
we got your number. We will be signing up for our
And
art
see,
class.
when you're here, we get to flank
Yeah.
relaxation.
And that is so rare, trust, but that's because I'm not all hopped up on I'm not too hopped up on the caffeine this morning. This afternoon. And that's the other thing. It's a
I
little
think
later
so,
in
I
the
think so,
day. I'm a
yeah.
little separated from my caffeine intake. But we would appreciate it. And if you want to say it with us, we always got to ask our audience, how you living? See you next week.
Peace out.